This is Outriders. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the videos. Subscribing is great as well. So, Earth's having troubles and whatever, and you're sent off in this ship to kind of go and visit this place and colonize and a new hope for humanity, and then everything's all sunshine and rainbows. You think everything in the world's totally cool, and then you wake up and yeah, it's basically Gears of War is happening. It's the best I can describe it, because people can fly. They've worked on some of the entries in the series. Anyways, kind of a good little chuckle there. So anyways, this game's actually kind of interesting. I played it through on the Series X side of things, and its expansion as well, which I think are basically one and the same now. I think it's just one combined kind of game. So if you're looking for something where it's sort of like, I guess you would say, a little bit of Destiny meets Gears of War, if you're familiar with Gears of War, I suppose, that's exactly what this game sort of is. You gather loot, you fight stuff, there's an end game where you got like a nice little loop of never-ending little battles. It's just not like Destiny in the sense that like it's some ongoing never-ending thing. This game actually has a start and an ending, and then, you know, a little bit of post-game you can do as well. And it's kind of a shame this wasn't a larger hit, because like I said, it's actually a neat concept, and I kind of really like it. It's violent, it's gory, you have cool elemental abilities. I use fire because it's very satisfying. You improve your skills as you level, gathering new guns and weapons. You can play alone, or you can enjoy the magic with like the 3-player team. It's kind of really quite cool, and it was a sort of an earlier taste, I think, this gen as well, as like a game that actually really felt like it was sort of taking advantage of the hardware a little bit more. And it's just kind of crazy because it's like, this was like all, you know, it was like a green world not too long ago. Oh, I auto put the stuff on? Okay. Like, it was literally, it was like a nice place, everything was good, and yeah, it just basically something happens and then you awaken, and it's been however many years, and everything's just falling apart, and yeah. That's basically the gist of the narrative. And you're like, you know, people that were like bright-eyed and excited, you meet them and they're like grizzled and stuff, and it's like, what happened? I was literally just here. And it's like, basically, we brought a human war mixed with elemental abilities to a new planet. Well, I guess the elemental abilities came from the new planet, but you get what I'm talking about. So for this game, it's an interesting sort of dynamic resolution scaling that is applied here. So it's got like an internal resolution that's quite interesting. So it's like, it's a dynamic 4K, so we should be getting closer to like a native image, but it has like a little bit of a lower threshold that then is temporally scaled to full 4K. So that internal resolution scaling is hitting a lot closer to full native 4K, so it's not as much of a gap here. And the other thing too is, you know, with that improved resolution, a smoothness for fluidity at 60 FPS and HDR. So basically it just looks a lot better, which is awesome, right? Oh, I thought I had a class point. No, I just unlocked a new skill. Oh, okay. That's fair. And then there's different difficulty tiers too, and better loot stuff, so based on the level you are, the more access you have to things. I was kind of hoping this would be like a multi-part series. Maybe people just weren't interested as much, I guess, in the narrative or the setup of the game, or it just didn't really reach a crowd, I suppose. I guess, I don't know. A little disappointed. I do like that the game now has a skip the prologue setting, which is kind of cool. That wasn't there when I played it. The prologue's a little long, but I guess it kind of promotes you being able to replay the game a little bit easier. It's Wesker.
Impossible.
yet possible.
Such untapped power, such confusion. You want answers. Whatever you were before, you're something new now. A second life. Don't waste it.
Who was that?
Big bad guy.
What's that? He's altered. I'm just a little man. A little man.
Altered? What the fuck does that mean?
You don't know what you are. Where'd you steal that uniform?
I didn't. It's mine.
Yeah? If you's really an outrider, then you fights on the wrong side. Altered.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Grand Marshal, she'll explain. Come.
Outriders, do. That doesn't really fit. So, yeah, you're embarking a journey on a hostile planet.
Where is she?
Yeah, mankind bleeds out in the trenches of Inyok.
What is that?
It's a rich storytelling experience, diverse environments, locations, places you fight, gunplay and intensity. Like I said, though, basically, Destiny meets Gears of War. That's the game. And it's really funny, too, because this character, she's, like, young when you first meet her, and then, like, bad things have happened.
Sorry to disappoint you.
You came from their side. You got any intel for us?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, I got a war to win, so either you help me, or you get back into cryo.
Hold on. I've just woken up to mud and shit. I've been asleep for God knows how many years.
31 years.
It's a long time.
For 31 years, I've been seeing people fight and die while you were getting comfy in cryo. So excuse me for not throwing you a little welcome party.
She's got such a bad attitude. She was so, bright-eyed and bushy back in the day.
The anomaly! That's what happened.
You mean that storm?
We told them not to land. Anything more advanced than a grease engine got fried. All our data wiped out. We couldn't grow crops or make medicine, so we ended up in the same place as when we left Earth. Just killing each other over the little we have left.
Oh!
Why didn't you go somewhere else? The Outriders could have...
The Outriders are dead.
What?
The anomaly keeps us in this fucking valley. We can't go anywhere else. You don't get it, do you? You think you're dreaming? This is real. Believe me, it's fucking real. So whether you like it or not, you're stuck here in the mud and shit like the rest of us.
Damn. That's a dark past.
What miss out on all this?
Nah. Anyways, we're gonna get back to the action. It looks really good, though. That's kind of nice. World tiers, yeah. Things go up. Get more difficulty options. Invite your pals. Go and fight stuff. It's pretty cool. Seriously, it's a pretty great game. I honestly really do recommend taking a look at it. I had fun with it. Gory, violent, intense. I guess my only worry is long term being able to play this sort of offline someday maybe. I don't know. I don't think they have any specific decision where they're gonna be closing things off, but
Yeah, I met a few of them.
I always ponder the longevity of things if they're not getting new content or getting sequels. It's totally fine that this game came out, has an end game, had a start, had an end. I'm quite okay with that. I'm totally fine with it, but I am sort of just way down the road. I'm is this still gonna be a bit enjoyable? Am I still gonna be able to play this down the line, or I don't know. And then there's all this it's kind of quite a seamless setup with people coming in and that, and you get to fight some cool enemies and foes. It's quite a neat experience, honestly. The world's got some neat lore. There's a good little bit of mystery. It's not crazy deep. You're kind of fighting enemies, dealing with stuff, and then there's there's other elemental foes and that, and
Listen, asshole. You got a gun pointed right at your...
is that necessary? Just broke his arm.
What the hell is going on out there? We're under attack!
Oh, they're mongrels. My bad. I kind of thought they were bad guys for a second. Or, sorry, good guys for a second. we were meeting up with an old pal. But yeah, you get all these abilities. And it's so cool. Like, the fire stuff's so neat. And it's like, everybody's got, like, different abilities, too. And big boss things, big monstrous foes. Crazy over-the-top carnage and action and ridiculousness. It's really, really quite fun, honestly. Like, you had a good time with it. There's some spots I think can be a little bit more difficult by yourself, but and like I said, you can kind of adjust the world tiers to a degree. If anything ever gets too crazy, or if it's too, you know, too easy. If anything gets too hard. Ugh. And then, of course, having other people there, too. I think I went a little too aggressive there. I just didn't realize they were all crowding around me. That was on me. And my lack of ammo. Oh, we're just gonna try this again. Okay. See, you got all these abilities, and it's like, how many humans have been like? I guess I should really rethink about like the lore aspect of it. Yeah, because I guess you kind of came down. You were like basically like a colony crew and stuff. And your goal is to hopefully help humanity get things cleaned up with the anomalies that are happening and deal with stuff. It's pretty grimdark, honestly. And really messed up. Like, it is incredibly violent. It's sort of funny because like when I first played it, there was like a demo they released, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. I'm like, you know, people can fly. They did some interesting stuff, you know. But it was really weird because I was like, oh, it's like an optimistic space game. I was like, all right, kind of like Mass Effect. You know, you're coming in on this planet, and there's like things going on. And I was like, oh, cool. This is very different from what they normally do. I was like, an optimistic space game. It's like, we don't get those at all in gaming. It's always like, everything sucks and it's dark. And then, like, there's this point where it just hits the fan. And it just becomes this, like, bloodbath. And I was just like, oh, okay. I really like that. It really drew me in even more. When that kind of happened, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, definitely intrigued, interested. Yep. And then, you know, I streamed it all on the channel, too, if you ever want to see that whole little journey and stuff. I think it was like 2 parts or something. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, I got like such a chuckle out of that. I was like, whoa! Because it's like so... Like I said that you can skip, you know, that part of the game. And you can skip the prologue, but I really do recommend playing it. It'd be cool if you hadn't watched this video and played it for the first time, but I think watching the video you'll get, you know, obviously that it's all dark and stuff. It's more about the idea that it's like, everything's cool and calm and collected. We're on like a space adventure. There's a mystery. What's gonna happen? And then it's like, ugh. Yeah, things go bad very, very quickly, let's put it that way. Green grass and trench warfare for decades. I'm gonna die again. I kind of wanted to kill that guy over there that keeps shooting at me, but keeps somehow pulling fire against all the close proximity dudes, which is not ideal. The villain's also kind of interesting. Well, I mean, there's lots of different, like, bad things in this world, but I don't know how to describe it. Like, the other people that have super abilities, they kind of... It's interesting how they choose to interact with you, basically. And, of course, the deeper-seated lore of, like, what's actually going on in this planet, how did this sort of stuff happen, who's behind everything. As I said, kind of not a bad mystery, honestly. And then there's the... I think it's the World Slayer expansion is, like, the extra part. So if it's not just included in your game, I would recommend diving in and playing that too, because I think it adds a nice little bit of extra gameplay to your experience. I do think that makes it I think it's quite worthwhile to do that, to play the expansion for this one as well. It just gives you a lot of extra gameplay, and then the final like end game loop, like I was mentioning, you just sort of go on these like little mini battle things to keep gathering loot and stuff. I actually quite like it. And you know, it's something you can actually finish because it does have a start and an end, which is nice. And it's more fun to play with your pals if you have the option. Yeah, I really do recommend it. I think I had people join in and out, or it was like sort of a seamless join thing or something.
Whoa.
Quite a while ago.
Sorry, guys. I thought this was the bathroom.
Got used to those abilities and skills pretty fast.
You okay?
I had it under control.
Been a while.
I know you.
You'd probably forget people after 30 years, eh?
Kurva!
You wouldn't even think of somebody after 30 years,
You'll
would
soon
you?
be dead if you don't get your ass to Shira's right now.
Sure. All right. Come meet me there when you're ready.
When you just like be freaked, I guess if there was anomalies and you saw like lightning and stuff going everywhere,
Shira,
you would,
he's on his way to you.
I guess you'd just kind of be used to it, right? Like, it would just be like, oh, of course someone that I haven't seen in 30 years just appeared out of thin air. Yeah, I don't know if this would work offline someday, right? Because it definitely seems like it's a multiplayer integrated experience. That is a good question, isn't it? But yeah, it's looking pretty clean and sharp on here, which is great. I always say dynamic resolution scaling is like the best future-proofing thing I think you can really do for games in the modern era. Dynamic 4K, no hard caps, just let it go, and then, you know, instant games need to be scaled more. Isn't that like the bad guy?
No, because he won't. Because he can do what the fuck he wants.
Hey, never been so happy to see a familiar face. You haven't aged a day.
And you got old, my friend.
Nah.
In the hallway, that was Seth. What was he doing here?
Ignoring our pleas for help.
I thought he was on your side.
Seth, he's not on anyone's side. The insurgents have altered their walking nightmares. We're lucky Seth shows up to fight them back sometimes.
Oh yeah, because he's in the middle of everything, totally forgot.
Hey, damn it.
You have no idea how bad it is, Outrider. We thought we escaped the apocalypse. We thought we could start over again here. But we were wrong. I was wrong.
Shira.
Do you know why I'm in charge? Because I'm the only officer left alive. The insurgents at our door. They're feral, sadistic. They have us surrounded. We're low on food and bullets. And if those freaks don't kill us, this planet will!
Welcome back.
Sucks to suck.
The black fungus in the forest. We never found a cure. The mountains are filled with abominations. And the anomaly storms get bigger every year. We don't have much time left. If we don't find a way out of this valley, if we don't find a miracle... This
Well, I am the Outrider. I'll go get it done.
...is over.
Shira!
Well, would you look at that?
I can do things now. I don't understand, but maybe there's a reason.
Yes, you are... I guess I know why I saved your damn life all those years ago.
I'm sure this isn't exactly what you had in mind.
It's got another bottle. Oh, he's drinking right from the bottle.
Complaining.
Still, I don't get it. The day we landed, that storm, it tore Cuthbert apart, but not me. Why? Why was I...
Altered? Who the hell knows? When those storms hit, some get ripped inside out, some turn pink polka dot, and a few come back. Fucking immortal.
Nothing about the anomaly makes sense. It disrupts the laws of nature. It mutates whatever it touches. Early on, the ECA's best scientists tried to understand the storms, to tame them. None survived.
I guess you got lucky, boss. Or maybe not.
All I care about is that you are on our side. Our only supply line is blocked by an altar that our weapons cannot touch. Out by the old solar array. Seth had no interest in helping us, but now You're here.
Hell, why not?